Hello and welcome to Operation Collision Point, the fourth and final season of Year 9 of Rainbow Six Siege. I'm your host, Camille Salazar-Hadaway, here with a jam-packed reveal show. We've got a ton of new features to talk about, including some big player protection news. Now, let's welcome Creative Director Alexander Karpazis to give you a full overview of Operation Collision Point.
This is Operation Collision Point, and it's our grand finale of seasons in this year. It ends with a bang, and it brings to the table everything we've been working on together this past Year 9. We can't wait for you to get your hands on these new features. It starts with crossplay. We are allowing PC players and console players to finally play together with the crossplay feature, so that wherever you are, whatever platform, you can play together with your friends. You're going to see the reputation system come online with all of the feedback that you've provided us in the past. We are remastering Blackbeard, and he is the true point man in the Siege roster. Balancing teams brings some balancing changes too, not just for shields in general, but some other operators that you might see. We're so thankful for all of you who participated in the beta of Siege Cup. It launches for everyone in Season 4, so everybody can play Siege in tournament mode. You'll be able to playtest all of what we announce next week and let us know your feedback through our 6 Fix. So stick with us, we have a lot to cover, and stay tuned.
With Operation Collision Point, friends who play on console and PC can now join together in lobbies to team up, hop into matches, and then crouch, teary-eyed, over each other's fallen operators while solemnly vowing to get the refrag. Here's UX designer Abhishek Agarwal with the details on this crossplay update.
As we introduce PC and consoles crossplay, we know that fair play, especially cheating, is a concern. So we are excited to confirm that Mousetrap V2 will be a part of this feature to keep things balanced. We'll share more details about Mousetrap in our next segment, but for now, we are excited to bring crossplay between all platforms in Siege. Console players will have 3 pools to play in: the platform-specific pool, the consoles-only pool, and the PC crossplay pool. They'll be able to select that in the crossplay matchmaking setting in the options menu. To ensure a safe experience for console players in the PC pool, we have made console players indistinguishable from other PC players. Players will be able to invite each other seamlessly across PC and console platforms through Ubisoft Connect. Console players will be able to progress both their PC rank as well as their console rank by playing directly on consoles in the relevant pools.
The Year 9 plans we revealed in Sao Paulo earlier this year included a lot of player protection features, and this season is the culmination of all those plans. Alexander Karpazis and UX designer Roland Poe are here to give you the full rundown.
With the changes to crossplay, we're looking at Mousetrap now. Now that keyboard and mouse is allowed to play on console with PC players, we will be re-examining the way that we tackle players who try to circumvent that. We have a new 3-strike system that detects if you are playing with mouse and keyboard in the wrong player pool. And on the 3rd strike, you'll be moved to the PC pool for 90 days. Our machine learning model is constantly improving with players playing the game. So we're becoming more and more accurate over time. And the fact that we are releasing this now means that we're confident in the system detecting the right players. Cheat match cancellation is coming in Season 4. And that means we can react faster to detecting cheaters and getting them out of the game as soon as possible. If you're in a match with a cheater and they're banned, you will see the notification pop up and the match will be canceled. The player will be removed from the game, and every legitimate player will not be punished for canceling the match.
Throughout Year 9, we've worked on the reputation system refresh. That means we've changed everything top to bottom, front to back. And everything starts with the actions that are tracked in-game. we're introducing a new concept called units. And these are standardized ways of understanding actions and act as the building block for your reputation. The goal of the reputation system is to catch recurrent and highly toxic players, guide and reward players who are showing positivity. And the way we're achieving that is looking over a long period of time to really understand a pattern of players' behaviors. Over the past 100 matches in 90 days, what has a player been up to? This means that a single errant grenade throw that bounces away you didn't expect isn't going to send your reputation plummeting. What will is repeated patterns of disruptions. We're introducing a new visualization called the standing map. This will show you your positive and negative units, as well as exactly where you are in the standing. So how close are you to achieving that next upper bracket? One final note is that with the launch of the refreshed reputation system, everybody's scores is getting reset. That means you'll start the season with 0 positive units and 0 negative units. We really want you to engage with the system, understand it from the beginning. You helped us create this refresh system, and we'll be listening to your feedback once again, and together helping to create a safe and positive play space for everyone. Toxic communication is never acceptable. Full stop. And with Year 9 Season 4, Rainbow Six is taking a strong stance against toxic communication with the introduction of automated text chat moderation. And that means that every message that's sent in the text channel will be assessed, and those that are determined to be disruptive will either be flagged or prevented from being sent in the first place. And the way we determined which messages were disruptive was to assemble a diverse team and go through many different categories and establish varying levels of acceptability. A good rule of thumb to think about is, if you were in this room with 9 other strangers, would you and they be okay hearing these things? Saying these things? And if the answer is no, then those are the sort of messages that might get flagged or removed. If a player sends multiple flagged or removed messages during a match, they will be automatically muted for the rest of that match. If players show a repeated pattern of disruptive communication, they will face the preventative mute penalty, meaning they will be muted in both text and voice for 20 matches. We know that varying people are going to have different opinions on what is acceptable and not acceptable. And this is also a new system, but we are confident that it's the right step in securing text chat, and we'll be very closely listening to your feedback. That way, working in collaboration with you, we can make text chat a great place for everyone.
I know you're eager for the big moment we've got coming up. And believe me, we have some exciting things to share. But before we dive into that, we've got a special surprise for you. A mid-reveal treat. It's Maestro, like you've never seen him before.
Rimango qui ad aspettare, ma no. Ma come potrei andare? Il tuo nemico era il centro del mio mondo.
Even on vacation, he's so cool. Next up, we've got a peek under the hood of some improvements to the matchmaking system that live content director Christopher Budgeon is going to walk you through.
This season, we're bringing 2 new huge improvements. One is team rebalancing, and the other is Phantom Player. Phantom Player is a new way that we calculate skill of a squad. How that works is that it takes 2 aspects into account. One is the size of the squad. So are you 2, 3, 4 players within a squad, or a full stack, for example, because you're giving call-outs, you're playing and coordinating with each other, maybe getting a refrag off of each other. These are all elements that players who are playing separately are not able to do, certainly not as easy. Another is the difference of skill within that squad. So for example, if you're a champion pairing with a copper, that would be a large difference in skill. If a champion pairs with 4 coppers to drive down their average skill, it's not really fair to anybody in that lobby. With the Phantom player, that will add a lot of skill to that group, and they'll ultimately be playing in a more fair lobby. We like to call this feature Phantom Player because it's as if there's a sixth player on the team in terms of skill. Phantom Player will be used within all of our playlists, including the Siege Cup, our most competitive playlist. We're also bringing team rebalancing. Now, this is something we've been testing on live in Year 9 Season 3, and we're ready to have this fully rolled out for Year 9 Season 4. What team rebalancing does is it looks at all the players on each team and just rebalances them to give an improved way to calculate the skill of both teams. So, which squad should a team go to? Should it go on Team A or Team B? Now, with the team rebalancing feature, will be an improved way to make sure that the two teams are as close in skill as possible. So we're able to add these matchmaking improvements because we've actually restructured our matchmaking component of our engine. And that's why we were able to bring skill initialization last season, big improvements this season. We have more coming next season with dynamic matchmaking. Look out for more matchmaking improvements as we continue to evolve within Siege.
Operation Collision Point marks the arrival of the most competitive playlist yet, the Siege Cup. If you're ready to see what your squad can really do, this is the place to do it. Game designer Robert Cole will give you all the details as we celebrate the full release of Siege Cup.
Let's do this.
To locate a bomb.
Swapping mags! He's upstairs. Reach that wall. Yeah, reach it.
Down to 15 seconds.
C4 and ping. Yes!
Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
Go, split together. Planting, make noise.
15 seconds.
It's the final, let's get the win.
Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
Thank you everyone for participating in the Siege Cup Beta. Coming next season, we will be inviting everyone above clearance level 50, including console players, to Siege Cup, so that everyone will be able to participate. We want Siege Cup to be the most competitive moment in the game, so matches in Siege Cup will have 8 rounds instead of the 6 of ranked, together with a roll swap after the 4th round. Apart from that, the map selection of Siege Cup will be handpicked in advance, so that players will know in which map they will compete days before each Siege Cup. As we announced previously, we'll be bringing our new Phantom player algorithm to Siege Cup. This means that teams with big skill disparities will be placed in much harder brackets. The release of Siege Cup is a big milestone for us. But we're not stopping here. We have a big list of features and improvements to make it the best version possible.
It's time to take a look at this season's bouncing update. And here's what we've got on the docket. Sen, Ying, and every operator who uses a shield. How will they be affected? That's what Game Director Joshua Mills is here to tell you.
Kicking off Season 4 of Year 9, we're going right after a problem that we're already seeing in our community, which is our ballistic shields. So fundamentally, they're performing in a more aggressive state than we intended, and we want to go in and address that.
So what are we doing? 1. Melee priority will now be properly respected. For example, a player melees a shield causing a guard break. The shield user will no longer be able to cancel that shield break with their own shield bash. 2. Consecutive guard breaks will now have a stacking benefit. That defender can now increase the intensity of the guard break exponentially. Meaning if Monty does nothing, you will be able to achieve a 100% guard break opening even on an extended shield. 3. We no longer ignore guard break actions due to the animation. For example, you melee a blitz and the guard break animation plays. But as the shield is about to settle back down, you melee it again. Previously, that second melee would not have connected and the guard break animation would have completed with the shield settling. But now, that melee will connect and the guard break will be reset and have that increased intensity as mentioned before. Now jumping onto the shield mechanics themselves. Suppress the Fire is a tool to stop shield users from sprinting and closing the distance. Suppression will now require less bullets to trigger, from 10 to 5, and less bullets to reach the maximum intensity of suppression from 40 to 20. Maximum suppression lasts for 7 seconds when not receiving any additional damage. The shield bash damage will also be reduced. We're taking it from 65 damage all the way to 0. We are realigning to a core principle in Siege that if you want to be lethal, you must be able to receive lethal. Being lethal means being vulnerable. The last change is that we're modifying the shield collision detection when shield bashing to more closely follow the detection used for knife melees. This will eliminate some odd moments when a shield bash hits when it otherwise shouldn't have.
We're also tackling Ying in Season 4. We're going after that frustration around the fact that she can almost instantaneously flash a sight and enter it all at once. What we want to do here is require Ying to have a little more precision on how she deploys her candelas, but also give our defenders a chance to react to them. It may be known or may not be known, but you can actually shoot the candelas before they go off, and defenders will now have a bigger window in order to do that. In Season 4, we're looking into Sens. They've had a low presence in the game since they were introduced. We're looking to add a little more functionality and utility to the gadget for more strategic play. The Rue. What can it do now? 1, Sens can toggle it on and off at will. So if the wall's deployed, they can go ahead and turn it off. They can even deploy the gadget off and then turn it on whenever they feel like it. Additionally, the Rue emits a light wall, so it's not a smoke. All gadgets that can normally see through smoke will no longer be able to see through the wall.
As we continue to enhance Siege, we're introducing something that will make every match count even more. The team is rolling out the beginnings of a new progression system to track milestones and achievements that you earn just by playing. To explain how it all works, please welcome UI artist Gaston Rojas.
Our goal of introducing the badge system to Siege is to reward your long-term engagement by earning badges through in-game achievements. There will be badges for everyone, no matter your skill level, but mastery is highly rewarded. To unlock badges and upgrade them, you must complete different challenges. There are elimination challenges that require kills or assist with certain weapon loadout. There are also badges that you can unlock by playing with a full permanent squad. Others that you can unlock on your own, by making plays and using game tools, like rappelling or drones. For now, there will be 22 badges, and more on the way, with 4 different tiers to upgrade: bronze, silver, gold, and chrome. The more you progress on the challenges, the fancier the badges you will unlock. Career is the new player centralized hub that organizes replays, rank, reputation, and future stats into one place. This is just the beginning, so expect more additions to track your progress.
Blackbeard. Once a feared point man, this operator has seen less action in recent years as the game has evolved. But now, it's time to bring him back into the spotlight. Joshua Mills will explain everything about Blackbeard's remaster, but first, Blackbeard makes his triumphant return to Siege Tales.
First off, Season 4, we're introducing our second remaster to the game. Now, somehow you all figured this out. I don't know how you figured it out, who told you or whatnot, but yes, it is in fact Blackbeard. In the past, we had issues right out of the gate with the fact that blocking a one-shot headshot in a one-shot headshot game is a serious problem. But additionally, being able to be fully protected and be lethal at the same time is another big problem. Being able to address both those is what we're doing with this remaster. New gadget, new gameplay, we've never seen this before. He's the guy that goes first in the door or through the wall. That's what the Hull Adaptive Shield can do now. Blackbeard can actually approach a soft wall and burst through it, taking that ground and running in first while leading his team. We want to really adapt the way he plays inside a building and how we can open up new lines of traversal. One of our key objectives with Blackbeard was to make sure he was the point man. We want him to be in the front line of the fire. That means he needs to be protected. Essentially, when Blackbeard wants to go combat ready, you simply ADS. And when you do that, the glass panel will slide down and reveal your target, but also expose Blackbeard. Now keep in mind that when Blackbeard can go lethal, he can receive lethal. The shield will drop, the gun will go in place, and he'll be able to be lethal, but he can receive damage. He'll be protected in the chest area, but of course, we all know where everyone's aiming. Reloads will not be safe reloads with Blackbeard. He'll need to take the time to reload in cover in order to make sure that he can do that while not exposing himself. He used to be the rappel king, being able to be on rappel, hold long sights, and be protected. We're bringing that back. Obviously with the change that when he goes lethal, that shield comes down and he can, in fact, be headshotted back or take damage back. Well, as far as getting up and meleeing Blackbeard, I highly recommend you don't do this because he still has all the same functionality of our ballistic shields. He can sure as hell melee you back. We did custom animations, new models, new gadget, you name it, it's all going in. And we wanted to make this one hell of a complete package. If you want to bring some serious firepower and some protection, you bring Blackbeard.
And there you have it. Operation Collision Point is set to bring some of the most exciting updates and changes we've seen this year. From crossplay to player protection and the remaster of Blackbeard, we're excited for you to experience all the new content. It's been an incredible journey through year 9. Now, gear up for Operation Collision Point, and we'll see you in game.